Joe Murray is my name, and I farm about 4 miles outside Alfin, which is in the county of Roscommon, in North Roscommon. I've been here all my life, and apart from when I went to travel on the continent with trucks, I never have worked away from home or anything like that. I grew up in this farm here. I was born and reared in that house there beside us, here all my life. Never moved away. Between our own land and rented land, around 200 acres. We had a herd test there last week, and there was 170 animals tested. Now, I'd call myself a small farmer, you know. Actually, it's a completely different game ball altogether. There is absolutely no comparison of when I was a kid and now, and the goings on and what have you. Like, when I was a kid, silage was a very rare thing. It was all hay. But I suppose that time, you know, we had better weather. You had longer summers. You got a better chance to do probably a lot less work, but it took the whole summer to do it. Whereas what just go on the whole summer that time goes on in a day or two now. Like if you get a chance with the machinery that's out nowadays, it's unreal. Well, I suppose leading to bringing it up to a bigger scale would be the building of that shed there behind us. That was built in 1985. And the time it was built, I said to myself, there was probably only one pen full of cattle. And I said to myself, if I ever had that full, I would, what have you. Now there's 3 sheds the same size. And they're all full, and we have enough place. So I suppose that's the way the time has gone, like. Well, I suppose at this stage of my life, it's probably a lifestyle. You know, you don't, or never did, make a lot of money out of farming. Yeah, the inputs, and if you did make any money, if you did happen to make money, there was so much room there to plough it straight back into the farm, so you never seen it. Yeah, I would know people that would have cut right back down because they said there's nothing out of it and they weren't going putting the labour into it. Yeah. Now, I suppose everybody has a different way of looking at things. I enjoy getting up in the morning and going out and having something to do. I think I would go, I don't know what would happen to me while I'm in my health if I had nothing to go out to. I think the day would be very long.
Have you ever considered getting out of Ireland?
No.
Always?
No.
Back in
Yeah.
the day?
Yeah.
Till the end of the day?
Till the day I'm not able to do it. Now, saying that, I don't want to hold on to the land and everything forever. Like, if one of my sons wants to come in and take it over, so long as they let me work along with them, while I'm able to work.
What would you say to people who believe many conventional farming practices have a negative impact on the environment?
I don't agree totally with it. I do agree that there's a good bit we can do to offset some of the impact, but I do think that the farmer is being blamed and the cow is being blamed for she's taken away much too much of the share. I would have probably poor, heavyish land, and when I was a youngster, our land was mostly covered in bushes and what have you. Down through the years, we took a step to get the pH corrected and to get the P's and K's up, and we're farming it fairly intensively. We had them at a fair good stage, but probably going back to the environment, about 6-7 years ago, there did a chap come around selling a product, and I'm always interested in new products. But this product kind of eliminated fertiliser, artificial fertiliser. And I got interested in it, and I knew I had one farm that wasn't doing properly, and I knew the problem, but I didn't know how to fix it. The worms was gone out of the ground, and like if you haven't worms in the ground, you have nothing. You're getting near desert. But he claimed the worms will be back, and I asked him the question, where did these worms come out of? And he stood up and he didn't answer me, and he says, which I liked his answer. He said, I don't know. But he said, when the environment is right, he says, the worms will be there. And how right he was. I started using the product. It's a bacteria I put out on land rather than fertiliser. And it certainly improved the worms and the condition of the land, and I'm using it since. I do think that everybody has an entitlement to clean water. And I remember like going back to my childhood again, when we were going to school, we used to walk to school up the country roads. And I remember us going into the rivers, you know, the small streams like, and rivers. And we would get down on our knees and we would take a drink out of it. You wouldn't do that today. So I would love to see the thing back to that stage where you could go and take a drink out any drain or river. So, and I do think that's the thing that has to happen. And probably with the way we are farming, with those slatted sheds and slurry and all the rest, we are doing place no favours in that line. You have to be very careful at the time when you put out your slurry. Well, I don't know, sort of.
I think we've hit everything there.
Yeah, if you were happy with it, Sean, I'm happy.